Good morning, listeners. Welcome to the Chris College Show, Millennial Talk Show. Good morning, Marissa. How's it going, fam?
Oh, fabulous. I am ready for the weekend like no tomorrow.
I know, sometimes it just feels like that, right? Sometimes we just need that kind of energy. I know in SoCal, it's been really kind of dark and cloudy. Now that the sun's about to come out, I kind of have a feeling that's the main reason why
It
you can't wait
is.
for the
I know. I
weekend.
want to go outside. I want to go hiking. I want to go walking. I want to go bike riding. I want to go to the beach. I want to do everything. I want to go snowboarding. I want to
I
try to hit
know.
up everything in LA.
Hey, that's what's up, baby. That's what happens when spring break is approaching us right about now. And I know since that is kind of the festivities that's going around, I know people are starting to go out. They're starting to club in the scene. And there was a video that was going viral over the weekend, Marissa, last weekend. And let's go ahead and share that with the CCS family if you did not catch this glimpse.
250 in food stamps or dinner with Soldier Boy.
Food stamps.
Food stamps? What the fuck?
250 food stamps.
250 in food stamps. I'ma pick the food stamps only because Soldier Boy's not nobody. I could have dinner by myself. Food stamps.
The food stamps.
250 in food stamps.
Give me them food stamps. I can't make some chicken Alfredo.
So, if you guys don't know, at the end of the March, the whole emergency funds with the food stamps are about to end. I know this made me kind of giggle because I know there's a lot of us young cats who were relying on the $250 when it comes to food stamps, and you're going to be seeing, $170 to $250 slashed immediately going into the month of April. So, I know Soulja Boy Marissa, went online going, "What the hell are y'all talking about?" So
Do you have the clip of it? You don't have the clip of Soldier Boy?
I don't have the clip because it was so profane.
So good.
Too much editing. Too much
CCS
editing.
family.
Too
Go
much profanity into the mix.
Google Soldier Boy's thing. It is
But
funny.
I guess the real question is because, they were asking whether you want to go on a date with Soulja Boy or $250 in food stamps. So what is it, Marissa?
Dinner with Soldier Boy.
And why so?
Well, no, so that's what they're saying, a dinner versus a date.
No, I know, but I'm asking you.
For me, I have to go with the food stamps because Soulja Boy honestly irritates me. Like, I know I would have a good dinner, and I can eat and drink him out of his pocketbook. You know what I mean? But I don't know if I could handle just the vacancy up top.
I don't know if I could handle it.
I mean, those guys, like, they go hard. They go out. I mean, I give them props as a business. They have a lot of money. I'm poor. They are rich. Okay. So I give it to them. But at the same time, I don't know if I could sit through a whole dinner.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay. Well, my assumption with Soulja Boy is it's like, would you sit down with Flavor Flav then?
Oh, 100%. Dude, I love me Flavor Flav.
So why are the two differences between Flavor Flav and Soulja Boy?
First off, if none of y'all seen Flavor Flav's dating reality TV show from back in the day, you got to see it. Flavor Flav is funny. First off, he's a hip hop classic. I mean, come on, he's a hip hop classic. Soulja Boy is the times of now, the TikTok sensation. Same song over and over and over again, different lyrics, right? And I give him props.
So am I hearing this correctly, Marissa,
no.
that you're saying that Flavor Flav has better dating skills than Soulja Boy?
No, I just said I would rather have a conversation with Flavor Flav than Soulja Boy.
Oh, I think you could.
I'm not trying to end up in bed with any of them. Okay, I'm just trying to I want to have a conversation with my dinner, right?
But you think that Flavor Flav's going to cover the tab?
Oh no, not with as many kids as he's got. I think we'd be rolling at Popeyes.
That's what I'm thinking too. Or you're gonna get the KFC popcorn
and
bucket.
I would still take Flavor Flav over Soulja Boy any day of the week.
Sounds like you ain't invited to the cookout anytime soon. But yes, this is a sad reality. That's why I showed this clip. This is what a lot of young Americans are going to be going through. So, hey, it's time to go get a job and move those ham hockins. But, hey, listen, we got a great show for everybody that's tuning in live for the Chris College Show, Millennial Talk Show, as we got CCS sports contributor Kevin Drake with us, as we'll be talking about the MLB new rules. We'll also be talking about the NCAA Final Four, as well as the NBA playoff race. So we might as well set the tone. But before we do that, I want to let everybody know that I got a music podcast called Off the Fret, more music talk, featuring Nashville country star Amanda Cooksey, out now on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. And join me and my co-host, Henrik the Wreck, as we have a video game talk show called Rage Quit every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube or wherever you're streaming the Chris College Show right now. But all right, listeners, it is time to rock and roll. This one's called Say It.
I'm beyond livid.
That's what's been irking me like crazy.
Psycho X.
We hope that he grows from this.
No, legit, I was trying to figure that out also.
Whatever's on our mind, there's something that's been griping.
So, I get to just say it.
That's my question, Marissa. All right, Elon Musk and a group of artificial intelligence experts and industry executives are calling for a 6-month pause in developing systems more powerful than OpenAI's newly launched GPT-4. Here is American journalist Peter Doocy asking the White House press secretary about the open letter citing the potential risks to society.
Expert from the Machine Intelligence Research Institute who says that if there is not an indefinite pause on AI development, this is a quote, literally everyone on Earth will die. Would you agree that does not sound good?
Your delivery, Peter, is quite something. Again, there's a comprehensive process. We are taking this very seriously. We put our blueprint out, but it is a cohesive federal government approach to AI-related risks, as you just laid out in a very dramatic way. But clearly,
is there anything more dramatic?
I mean, you just read it.
Literally everyone on Earth will die.
Pretty dramatic. Pretty dramatic.
So it sounds like we have AI Armageddon approaching us. So when I look at this clip, Marissa, I see that the White House press secretary is saying that we are taking this very seriously while also laughing in the face of American journalist Peter Doocy. So what do you have to say about all of this?
I think the literal quote that all humans will die is pretty extreme. I still think a small pocket of us will survive no matter what. We are like a cockroach. Just can't get rid of all of us. But I do think that there is something there about us rushing into AI technology and not really understanding the ramifications that come with that.
Yeah.
The massive job losses that will come with that. I'm talking about massive, and we have not spent enough time re-educating or opening up new skill sets for people across the world.
Right. And I guess my question, I'm just going to say this very open-ended because this is how I feel, is AI Armageddon or climate crisis more of an issue? Which one should we be focusing more on? Because I start to feel like I'm with you, Marissa. I feel like with AI, we could potentially lose jobs compared to climate change. I don't know if that's going to happen so rapidly like AI can within our lifetime.
Well, I feel like if we don't put a pause on the AI technology, it won't matter what our climate situation is going to be.
Yeah, that's
we
very
might
true
have
too.
a scorching brimstone fire computer that just is like, when you look at the average human, I don't think we're that good a person. I think if you looked at should we be eliminated? Most likely, yes. We destroy everything we touch for the most part. We have pockets of beautiful art and civilization and humanity, but for the most part, we are selfish creatures individually. And so I think if I was an AI, I would eradicate us. I'd be like, oh, let me just have.
So AI robots will live on. The Earth will become like a gas planet where
I would just push the
in.
Dolphins to be the most number one.
Well, it's just crazy how literally last week we had Ubisoft's Dan Mitri on just talking, and we asked him about how AI will either benefit or be a risk to society. So let's go ahead and play that clip now.
Big trend of art being generated by AI. And I've seen some stunning pieces. We've seen some in-game assets being created to quickly spin up assets that we already have and want to augment that with certain script injections or keywords. And that does help make a better quality asset at the end of the day because it's cheaper to do. Is that taking jobs from people? I think that's what we need to be concerned with.
Yeah, and I think universally everybody kind of feels that way. But we want to know from you, the CCS family, are you concerned about AI Armageddon, or is this just a fad that's going to go away in the next 6 months? We want to hear from you. But stick around as we got more left on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. What's good, listeners? This is Just Talking, and here with us is CCS sports contributor Kevin Drake, live on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. How's it going, fam?
Oh, it's going great. Marissa, how you doing?
Hi, fabulous. Good to have you.
I like
on
how
again.
you go to Marissa, but you don't even say how I'm doing.
No, I say
well,
the big dog for last.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
You guys talk all the time. He never gets
okay,
time for me.
That's
what it is.
That's the Chris I miss. Look, we just had opening day yesterday, but one thing I want to point out, we had the World Baseball Classic, and that was just a classic finish when Shohei Ohtani struck out his teammate Mike Trout to claim the championship, the World Baseball Classic championship. I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought that was extremely badass, Kevin. And since you're already kind of talking about opening day, I actually have a clip that I wanted to showcase with you guys because these are just some of the things that I highly recommend when you go out to the ballpark. Just don't do this on opening day. So I'm going to go ahead and showcase that clip to you guys right now. Yesterday at Dodger Stadium. And look at the baseball player behind him. He's like, I thought this was a special moment. He's like, psych, get laid the hell out. Kevin,
awesome.
Please, my future lover, don't go doing that. What happens if females start doing that?
Awesome, dude.
Equality.
Awesome.
Equality for everyone.
It's awesome. I don't know. You can't go on the field to play. You just can't.
Nah, go do it. Come on. That's awesome.
I mean, but that was
love it. His only problem is because he wasn't like pre-sent. He should have been there, then gotten up a little faster and hightailed his butt to his
just felt
new
so
fiance.
Unnecessary. You clearly see the outfielder put his hands up in the air like, oh, this is such a great moment. And this security guy's like, I've been waiting my whole life for this. Ram! But
I give props to the security guard to do full-blown side tackle.
He goes, this is the only main reason why I did this job in the first place. But Kevin, I know we're going to be talking about opening day at one point, but I wanted to test you out right here at the top of the show because you are the CCS sports contributor for the Chris Collins Show. So we feel like it's time to test your knowledge with some sports trivia. So let's go ahead and show the visuals here live up on screen. So question number 1. What is the name? Oh, we took it down for some reason. Accident. No, Marissa, no.
Oh, I'm not hitting anything.
No,
that was
we don't
my computer. It's not me. It's not me.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was like, no. What is the name of the championship trophy awarded to the winner of the NFL Super Bowl? A, Commissioner's Trophy. B, the Vince Lombardi. C, the Larry O'Brien Championship. Or D, the Stanley Cup.
You got to go with the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
That is correct, my friend. See, this is just a warm-up. Warm-up. It will get difficult as we go. So B was the correct answer. Let's go on to the next question. Which player hit a home run first at bat at 2023 opening day?
Woo, I'm going to go with Aaron Judge.
Yes, out of the 3 cats, out of Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, and Mookie Betts, it was Aaron Judge. That is correct, my friend. That was pretty iconic. Also, let's go to the next question. In what sport would you use a shuttlecock? Is it A, badminton, B, lacrosse, C, pickleball, or D, drag racing?
Ooh, I'm going to go with B, lacrosse.
You know, this was a trick question. It's actually badminton.
I was thinking badminton, but
it's the actual, like, instead of a ball, that is actually called a shuttlecock, people. No, it's not a drag racing term. All right, let's go to the next question. What athlete holds the world record for the most Olympic gold medals won? Is that Michael Phelps? Is it Usain Bolt? Or is it Bruce Jenner, now known as Caitlyn Jenner?
It's the fish, Michael Phelps.
It's the fish. That is correct. Michael Phelps has won the award 23 times as a gold medalist, but has 28 medals. That is absolutely remarkable. And the next question that we got for you is, what is the name of the event known as the greatest 2 minutes in sports? Is that A, the Kentucky Derby, B, bobsledding, C, darts, or D, street skating?
The most exciting 2 minutes is the Kentucky Derby.
That is correct, Kevin. See, I thought the darts was going to fool you there. I don't know why. Sometimes some dart clips get pretty freaking exciting. But I know this one, since you are a tennis fanatic, I'm expecting you to know this answer. Which tennis player has the most Grand Slam single titles in history? Is that Federer? Is that Nadal or Djokovic?
Actually, it's a tie between Nadal and Djokovic at 22.
See, I thought it was Djokovic this entire time. See, okay, we actually got a bit of a dispute, so don't blame Kevin. I guess it's obviously me. But hey, let's go on into the next question. Which player has won the most NFL MVP awards? Is that A, Aaron Rodgers, B, Tom Brady, C, Kurt Warner, or D, that wasn't supposed to be street skating.
So it's not D, whatever it is.
Clearly it's not D.
Is that a nickname for a quarterback? No.
You know what? Maybe it is. Maybe we're trying to fool you here.
Yeah, you are. I think it's Aaron Rodgers.
It actually was supposed to be Peyton Manning. I fooled you there the whole entire time.
Yeah.
You actually would have been correct. I made a freaking error during this whole trivia thing. What a freaking dummy. See, we were hiding it the whole entire time.
Where's Peyton
Manning? But you know what?
At?
You would have been right out of those three because Aaron Rodgers does have 3 NFL MVP awards. Peyton Manning has 5. So we're going to let that slide for Kevin because Chris Collins is a dummy. You can blame me here first. But also, let's go to the next question. This one's not easy at all. So, that's how we do it for the very last question. Who is the only player to win both an NCAA championship and NBA championship as a head coach? Was that Larry Brown, Jason Kidd, or Phil Jackson?
Oh, that's Larry Brown.
That is correct, my friend. And do you remember the team? Well, obviously it says it right there. What a dummy. It was the Detroit Pistons. What a hell of a lineup that was. That was in 2004. And in 1988, won it with Kansas for the NCAA championship. So, Kevin, not too shabby, not too bad. That was
fabulous. I was like, quiet,
especially considering how dumb of me for screwing up with a
The only one I did know was the badminton. So that was the one I did know. But the rest of them, I was like, can I get a lifeline? Can I get a lifeline?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I know MLB opening day kicked off yesterday with the use of the pitch clock that shaved 26 minutes off spring training games, and the MLB is set to use it for the first time in the regular season. And how do you think the new rule will impact the game?
I think there'll be a better flow to the game. Not a lot of stalling. There's some players that take forever when they're, getting ready to bat, or the pitcher takes a long time before they choose what pitch they're going to throw. So it'll create a nice momentum to the game. And
Yeah, I was going to say, I know a lot of people feel like, this was a change for more of the youth, and I know a lot of the older cats in the scene kind of feel like if we're going to be using the pitch timer, maybe it would be kind of nice if there's under 3 runs in the 9th inning to take away the pitch clock altogether. Do you feel like that's the right way to handle it? Or if you're going to implement the pitch timer, you might as well use it the entire season without even touching it?
Right. If you're going to go with it, go with it. Just stay with it.
I think it's really important if they're going to go with it, which they are, that they keep it, because then you're going to teach the muscle memory and getting that synapses going in faster. And if you start taking it away, adding it, it's just going to be just a whole mess.
Yeah, that's a good point. You don't want to be like taking it away halfway through the season. Let's just do a full season of it. If we don't like it, then we can reevaluate it.
I know I think it should stay.
Yeah, like Kevin, have you ever?
I agree.
Kevin, have you ever thought about an MLB rule that will never go away? Because I got one.
Well, I'm glad they got rid of the shift. Thank goodness. Because I just thought that was terrible. But
yeah, that one's definitely gone, and we're going to be talking about that. But I know one rule that will never change, and that is 3 strikes and you're out.
Well, of course.
But you did just reference, the whole shift in momentum, and we do have a visual for that. So what's going to be happening is 2 players on each side of the infield must be there at all times. A shortstop and second baseman must start completely to their sides of second base. That also means, for example, if you feel like the shortstop is a better defensive man than your second base, you can't just go swapping during the middle of the game. Once they're in that position, you have to stay to that side. With that being said, Kevin, it clearly sounds like you're a fan of this new move. Why?
I love it because now you get to see some of the greats. So you think about Ozzie Smith and the Barry Larkins that played the game in the past. So you really get to see okay, the greatness of some of the players. When you have a good second baseman and a really good shortstop, they cover a lot a ground. And when
funny. I never would have thought that.
They kind of taken that away so those guys didn't excel. You really get to see them, making some spectacular plays. So now we're going to see a really good defensive plays.
I'm excited for that. I had no idea that was even like a rule or a thing or anything. I just thought people would just move around, just go where they want, willy-nilly. So I'm excited to see this then.
Yeah.
Well, they found out the number 1 team is right here in Los Angeles, which is the Dodgers, who were the ones that implemented the most from the shift. And now they won't be able to use that as a strategic play on the defensive side, which should be very, very fascinating. But what adjustments do you think teams will have to make in order to adapt to the new strict defensive restrictions?
Oh, they'll adjust. And it'll kind of go back to the way it was before they had the shift. I mean, the shift hasn't been here that long. So they'll adjust back. But
it's interesting how you just said earlier, though, that you felt like this is a bigger win for the defense. I actually thought it would be a bigger win for the offense, as we'll see more base hits actually happen.
True, but then if you got a really good shortstop and a good second baseman, they could cover a lot more ground. So it'll allow them, for us to see their greatness and making some great defensive plays and makes the game more exciting too.
Yeah, no,
that's what we need. I love baseball, but only live. I have a hard time sitting watching it because it's so slow. I'm like, okay.
Well, especially when you fall into the trap of extra innings. And I know another new rule that they're going to be adding is that you're going to be able to place a runner on second base at the start of the inning when you go into extra innings. Are you a fan of this? I know a lot of people are not jiving with this whole quote unquote ghost runner.
No, they actually started that, I believe, a couple seasons ago with the ghost runner on second base. So, yeah, they're going to keep that rule. It'll prevent games going 18 innings and 20 innings. But here's the flip side to it. Still some games have gone to 12, 13, 14 innings because they're putting that ghost runner on the second. Well, each team has a chance to get a run home. So if they each just tie, then it's going to continue to go. There's no sudden death in baseball.
Yeah, that's very true. And I feel like it's been long are the days where people get excited going, hey, I was at Anaheim Stadium and, I was there until 16 innings where Shohei Ohtani just couldn't seem to strike anybody out. It's like, I don't think anybody caters for that anymore. So I feel like now with these new rule changes, we're going to have to see whether this has a positive or negative approach with the MLB. But I know what's also cooking up.
One other thing, though. Thing. They stopped serving alcohol. 7th inning is the last call. So if you're at an 18-inning game, you're going to be completely sober when you leave the stadium.
Okay, you know what? I think I'm actually.
That's why I usually leave.
Yeah, so Marissa Piss, everybody. She's a 7th inning gal.
Unless you're going to give me fireworks at the very end. Like if it's going to be a fireworks show, I'll sneak
or a Friday night drone show at Dodger Stadium. But I also know what's cooking up this weekend is the Final Four for the NCAA. And I know San Diego State versus FAU on one side of the bracket and Miami versus UConn on the other side. I know that's got a lot of people very excited. So which team is shaping it up to win it all, Kevin?
Well, I think out of these 4, UConn's probably the strongest team. They've done it before. That school has a history of doing it. but I really think San Diego State can get it done. I really do. They showed a lot of grit. They toughed out some 1-point wins, and I think they can do it. They got good big men, a really good point guard. They're pretty well balanced.
Are you telling me that UConn coasted all the way through to the Final Four? Because they've been the ones that have been listed on everybody's bracket since it feels like day one.
Yeah, but San Diego State, they beat some really good opponents. Alabama. They're the number 1 team in the nation, and they beat them pretty good. You know
what? I think that's a very, very good point. And I know a lot of people are very excited when it comes to the NCAA women's basketball, which I don't know if this has been as hyped up and as excited in the past. I know Louisiana State is back in the women's Final Four for the first time in 15 years, while Ohio, it's been 3 decades, and Virginia Tech is here for the first time ever. The only familiar face is the defending champions, South Carolina. So which team is your favorite to win it all?
Well, South Carolina is probably the favorite, but I'm going with Iowa Hawkeyes, the Iowa State. Man, they are just amazing. Caitlin Clark, you look at her numbers. She leads her team in just about every category. 27 points a game, 7.3 rebounds, 8.6 assists, nearly 1 block a game. She gets a couple of steals as well. She is an amazing player. And did you know that game against Louisville had a higher rating than any NBA game? Over 3 million viewers were tuning into her. Yes. She beat out the entire NBA. And the NBA is in a final run right now, for the playoffs.
I know. Isn't that insane?
That's right. Women power. Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, absolutely. I think Caitlin Clark is such a superstar.
When I see her play, when the numbers that she puts up, she's a phenomenal player. I would love to see her just, lead them to a championship. That would be awesome.
I agree with you as well, man, because I don't know if there's going to be another Excalibur woman athlete like her in the next couple of years from now. So, enjoy this moment, sports fans. Caitlin Clark is the real deal. But since we have a couple minutes left, I know you just sort of referenced on it. NBA viewership is sort of down, but that doesn't mean that we don't have an NBA playoff picture that's coming into the works. So when you look at this kind of lineup, I know a lot of people are talking about the Western Conference because it's just such a tight, niche. There's so many teams battling it out. No one wants to play in the play-in tournament because all those teams are actually pretty freaking good, not gonna lie. So when you see this, Kevin, who is your favorite to win it all?
I say Giannis gets his revenge and gets redemption, and I say the Milwaukee Bucks they're the most deep team. I think they can win it, even though they just got blown out by Boston.
I was gonna say, that was about by 140 to 99 last night.
Just remember, the series last year against Milwaukee and Boston went 7 games, but it was without Chris Middleton. That's Giannis's wingman. That's
exactly. I kind of feel like don't be skeptical about the Bucks. They're clearly resting players going into the playoffs. But since you did bring up Giannis, the MVP race is very tight between the Joker, Giannis, and Joel Embiid. So when you look at this list, I know a lot of people feel like Embiid is kind of that favorite, but I'm kind of with you on the Giannis talks. If Giannis is the one that's making his team be the superstar team at 55-21, then why in the world would you not vote for a guy that's putting his team in the best position to win it all? What's your take on these 3 guys?
I do say I really think Joel Embiid really has earned the MVP this year because he is the only star that's on the Philadelphia 76ers. I know James Harden, is one of his really good teammates, but if you watch him play, I'm really impressed with his play. He could do it down low. He could shoot the 3. He's got really good handles for a big man. Just like Jokic on the other side. And he's won it the last 2 years, but I think Joel Embiid's just done a little bit more with less talent. And Philadelphia is right in there.
But think about
I don't know if they're going to win the championship, but they're right in there.
But think about the impact that this could have on the NBA world if Jokic wins his 3rd NBA MVP. No one's ever done that before. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. if he does it, Shaquille O'Neal only has 1, if you think about it. So we're going to be saying that Jokic is the most dominated center of all times if he does win 3? How do you feel about that? Because my skin kind of crawls thinking about that. I'm a big Shaquille O'Neal freak. So when I hear that Jokic is going to get 3, I still feel like I'd lean towards Shaq. So what do you have to say?
Do you think Jokic could check Shaq in the paint? No way. Shaq was just overpowered everybody. If you remember Arvydas Sabonis, that's who Jokic plays like. Arvydas had that same similar game, and he could not handle Shaquille O'Neal in the low block, nor could Yao Ming, nor could any center for that matter. The only guy that really played Shaq tough was Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. And I think that is very fair. So it sounds like you're locking in Giannis, right? Real quickly.
I love Giannis, man. He's just the energy he brings to the game, the defense that he plays, and he leads by example.
All right. Well, it sounds like we're both blocking in Giannis as our favorites for the NBA MVP. But Kevin Drake, we want to thank you again for joining the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show, to discuss all things sports, my man.
It's a pleasure as always. Thank you so much. I love you both, and have a great rest of your show. And
hey, same with you, brother. We'll catch up in the next couple of months when we go to discuss all things about the NFL, baby. Oh, I can't wait for the NFL. But for all the listeners that are joining us right now live on the Chris Collins Show, stick around as we have more left on this program. Yo, what's good, listeners? This is Strike a Chord, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different as we're going to be hyping up a lot of the music news that's happening this week, as well as showcasing a few clips from my Off the Fret, More Music Talk podcast, which you can check out, watch, or listen to on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. But we're going to be talking about some music items, and this one is something that sort of surprised me on a level, which is yesterday, Power Trip Festival announced on Coachella grounds this fall some of metal and hard rock's most celebrated artists, such as AC/DC, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Ozzy Osbourne, Iron Maiden, and Tool will be joining this superstar lineup that will be performing and starting on October 6th. So yeah, they're starting to get a little old, as you can clearly see here. So you can see on Friday night we got Guns N' Roses and Iron Maiden. Saturday, AC/DC and Ozzy Osbourne. This doesn't surprise me that they had to separate Ozzy and Iron Maiden, because I was like, wow, the beef's over. Not quite. And then Sunday night we got Metallica and Tool. So tickets are going for $600 right now, with service fees up to $650. I mean, I'd love to go, but then I just kind of cringe. I mean, I've seen 3 out of the 6 artists on that lineup. They're all incredible souls, but they are pushing it to the limit.
I would love to go, and I wish I had $650 to spare. I would love to go. If I had it, I'd go. I'd spare. I would definitely pay to go see that for a weekend and enjoy. I just not in this bucket book.
Well, if you're a diehard rock and roller, they do have like 50-50 plans, but you got to act quickly. And what they mean by 50-50 plan is that you can pay upfront 50% of the tickets, and then by the day of the concert that weekend, you pay the next 50%. So hey, if you're feeling ambitious, cool. It's kind of cool, but you have to go quick though, Marissa, because the thing is they end on April 15th. So like if you miss that window, you're gonna have to pay the whole ticket price right up front. I know a lot of these artists like Guns N' Roses and Metallica, they're doing other festivals like Aftershock with like 50 other artists on the lineup. So like when I only hear that there's only 6 artists, it kind of bums me out, considering that this is the Coachella grounds, which also hosts Stagecoach. So you kind of would have thought that they would have like brought up some of the more young independent
They're not
groups
bringing any bands underneath them? Like
none.
No?
It's only these guys. So it feels a bit like, I know the dirt is kind of soft and it's a bit dusty. Oh, I was talking about the lineup.
Is it because they're gonna that's funny. Is it because they're so old they can't play till past midnight? So like, what's the point of having bands before them?
You sound like Jamie Lee Curtis when she was all going like, I feel like a lot of these bands need to start playing like matinee shows. I'd love to see my Coldplay at 1 o'clock.
She goes, I go to bed by 9. I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah.
No Terminator action for her.
Which is actually kind of funny to consider because this next band that I'm actually going to list and give a huge shout out just real quickly is U2. They kind of feel like a matinee band on my level nowadays. You know, I'd love to see them at 1 o'clock show. I don't necessarily need to go and see them at 9 p.m. at SoFi Stadium. But Metallica and Def Leppard and AC/DC, they have to make some room because U2, believe it or not, are the 4th rock band that has scored a top 10 album on the Billboard Top 200 charts in 5 straight decades. That's pretty incredible. And the album that they did that with is Songs of Surrender, which arrived at number 5 earlier this month. And some people felt like they got there because they did re-recordings of like With or Without You. They felt like it was a little bit of a cop-out, but it does not deny that they have 5 straight decades of dominance.
Do you remember when U2 gave every Apple iTunes their free album and people flipped out because you couldn't get rid of it?
Yeah,
you're like you were forced to have U2. I mean, I love the fact they did it, but I was like, can I get rid of you? Like you're stuck in that place. You're like in the library. You were stuck. You could not get rid of it.
That's a good point that you're bringing up, Marissa, because that was actually, it seemed like a cool move, but it was actually very strange times too, because like that kind of raised like a privacy issue.
The fact that you couldn't get rid of it. I mean, it's one thing to say, here's a free gift. Do you want it? And then we could say yes or no. But like you legit, it was not a good album either. And you legit could not get rid of it. And so you had to like skip over it. And now eventually they got it to where you could get rid of it.
Right.
It is no longer in my playlist.
Remember back in the day, you actually had to plug in your iPhone into like the iTunes software through your computer device. And a lot of cats, I remember, don't necessarily back up any of their data to begin with. So like when you couldn't take it down, you're like, this is so frustrating. I can't even dump it to the iCloud. But yes, you heard it first. Power Trip Festival. If you're feeling ambitious and you want to go and see the hard rock heavy metal cats themselves, that is the place to go on October 6th. And also, you know, like I said, we're going to be showcasing some clips from my interview with Amanda Cooksey. She is a Nashville country star that joined me for Off the Fret, more music talk. And I sat down with her and I discussed why she wanted to collaborate with 6 different songwriters on her debut album, Him. So let's have a listen. In the making of your country album, Him, you collaborated with 6 different songwriters to tell a story of a relationship ending and the aftermath that everyone can relate to. And what are the benefits of writing music with co-songwriters? And are there any downsides to collaborating with co-songwriters? Because when I heard like 6 different songwriters, I know sometimes when I'm producing Off the Fret or the Chris Collins Show, it's like, guys, too many ears in my head. I think I got the point. We're good. So how do you view it? I want to know.
Oh gosh. Well, I love having co-writers. I mean, there's definitely times where I prefer to just write solo. But I feel like having people in the room with you that, understand what you want to say and that know like, I guess the concept for the song, it just helps get the idea across, and people are going to bring ideas to the table you didn't think of, or maybe you'll have a different way to say it. So I feel like I love having co-writers, especially if they're people that I've worked with a ton and know are gonna understand like my voice and my artistry.
With the new music in the works, will you continue to work with songwriters?
Oh, for sure. I'm always working with different people and the people that I love working with, that I've worked with in the past. So definitely going to be working with other songwriters.
I think that's so cool. And from like a musical perspective, what are the most important qualities for a successful songwriter?
Oh gosh. I would say just coming in with strong ideas and giving your own, unique twist to the lyrics. I feel like that is the most important thing. And then always having like cool different melodies, you can pull from.
And so when you say unique twist to your songwriting, is it like a certain part in a song that you need to focus on, like the hook, or are you trying to do something kind of different where you don't want the verse to kind of correlate or sound the same as verse 2, or is it just kind of having fun with it? I mean, or is there no formula to the madness?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I feel like there's really no formula. Obviously, there's like the standard verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. But, other than that, it's just like what you want it to be. But I always think, having a cool, unique idea or something that people haven't heard before always stands out.
And Amanda Cooksey is such a bright singer-songwriter, and her debut album, Him, is a reflection of that. And we want to celebrate all walks of life and music, and I think that's what this Nashville country star does. And we're going to go ahead and play her music video, which is called Wish You Were Here.
Check, check, 1, 2. Is this thing on? Been stuck on my own little island, where you left me in radio silence. No palm trees, just memories, and that sun sure ain't shining. It's blackout shades here in my bedroom, ice cream pint stuff full of tissues. Heard you're happy wherever you are, but if I could send you a postcard, it'd say, I wish you were here, spending all of your time just swimming in tears, heartbroken like mine. I wish you were, wish you were, wish you were here. Wish you were, wish you were. Feeling all of my pain, feeling like it's your fault. I wish like hell you built something at all. I wish you were, wish you were, wish you were here. Wish you were, wish you were here. Maybe if you were wearing my shoes, you'd know what it's like hurting for two. They say misery loves company, but it's just me. I wish you were here, spending all of your time just swimming in tears, heartbroken like mine. I wish you were, wish you were, wish you were here. Wish you were, wish you were. Feeling all of my pain, feeling like it's your fault. I wish like hell you built something at all. I wish you were, wish you were, wish you were here. Wish you were, wish you were here. Oh no. Hey, hey. Here tearing up pictures. Here scotch taping, trying to fix them. Here regretting I was ever with ya. Then I miss ya and wish ya. I wish you were here, spending all of your time just swimming in tears, heartbroken like mine. I wish you were, wish you were, wish you were here. Wish you were, wish you were. Feeling all of my pain, feeling like it's your fault. I wish that hell you built something at all. I wish you were, 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 wish you were here.
Yeah, that is what's good. That is Amanda Cooksey, and that is her music video, Wish You Were Here. It's such a banger, Marissa. I know we all go through breakups in life. Never is easy. So I always tell people, if you need that album or you need some reassurance in life that everything will be okay and that we all relate to this horrible thing that will sooner or later come to you, because no one's special in life, okay? Everybody thinks that they got a high school sweetheart, and see how that goes? Maybe probably like 1 out of 10. I don't know the numbers in front of me, but I'm just assuming that's the case.
I'm not that one.
I don't know about you, Marissa. Like when I was in high school, I didn't have any girlfriends. I just thought that was like really weird. Like when all my buddies were like obviously all getting in like relationships and stuff like that. I'm just like, dude, we're not even like grown ass adults yet. Like, why do you even want to be like magneted to somebody?
I think it's good that you weren't really in a relationship.
I agree.
My worst relationships were during my teens. My work.
Yeah.
I mean, I had some bad ones after, don't get me wrong, right? But as far as the emotional damage that I suffered, it was through my high school relationships. And I dropped out of high school and so on, but it was traumatic. And I think you were on the right side to not date.
And how do you feel about it when it comes to like the college years? Do you start getting a romantic partner during your like year 1 or year 2, or is that like Say that one more time.
I was hoeing in those college years.
I was hoeing. Why so? I mean, what made you feel like that you wanted to do?
I was in a relationship for most of my college years, which I don't know if that was a good thing, to be honest. I feel like I missed out on some of the fun hoeing. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree with you, though.
In theater, like, dude.
No, I agree with you. I feel like in my college days, I kind of missed out being a man hoe. And I feel like the reason I never was a man hoe is because I never actually dormed. You know what I'm saying? I always commuted to Cal State Los Angeles.
I commuted to Cal Poly Pomona. I was off campus, and I think that makes a big difference. If you are dormed in, I think you tend to hoe a little more.
Right.
You know, so parents.
Yeah, because you never hear
don't let your kids dorm. Don't let them
you
dorm.
never hear about any college man hoe commuting dating stories. You know?
No, it's too much for them.
yeah, too much.
That traffic. Exactly. I got no time.
Yeah, and I feel like these are all the subliminal messages that Amanda Cooksey brings up in her debut album, Him. And I know one of the things that she was discussing during our time on Off the Fret, More Music Talk, was her ambition to want to become a country star. And we have that clip right here. So we're going to go ahead and showcase it to everybody who's tuning in live. Strengths that you have to become a country star. Is it, consistent with creating music, or is it the love of the music?
Man, I think for me, it was just like loving it and just enjoying like creating. And I think that's something that is easy to forget when you live in a town like Nashville for so long, because you start like thinking of all the things you want to achieve, and then you forget like why you're actually here, which is for the music part and like the part that you love, which is just writing songs. And I think like for me, finding my sound was really through just like enjoying it and like writing on my own for a little bit and finding myself and what I wanted to say. Because when I moved here, it was like, oh, I want to be like Miranda Lambert, but that wasn't me. I wasn't anything like Miranda Lambert. I'm not this like, I'm gonna go, key your car or like burn your house down. That was never me.
I don't got that kind of like love rage, but I do definitely want to tell the story that all of us millennials, even zillennials, can relate to. So, Marissa, when you hear Amanda Cooksey speak like this, if you had Amanda in the room with you and you said, Amanda, I need a song written about me, what are some of those themes that you would raise with her that need to be addressed in the song?
Write a song about me?
Yes.
Oh, definitely Scorpio.
You bring up the horoscope, so it's got to be a horoscope song.
There. Yeah.
The song's called Scorpio.
Scorpio says, everything is Scorpio, right? We sting hard. You know what I mean? Don't betray us. We will wait silently, and then when you're at your absolute lowest, we will shove the stake into your heart. And laugh while doing it. And then go have epic sex afterwards. Hey. Scorpio's always got to have epic sex.
Well, a Scorpion does feel a bit rough. What I mean? So I think I get where you're going with this.
What would be your song? Where would you go?
Gosh, I don't even really know. I mean,
Chris,
because I'm a Leo, this lion, I'm supposed to be like luscious, but like right now I need a haircut. I look like a twisted sister. Like you can literally bend me over and you can mop this entire studio that I'm currently in right now. So there's nothing sexy about this Leo right about now. I feel like I'm, what's that? Fabio from Shrek, you know what I'm saying? The blonde head dude. That's kind of me right now. I mean, actually, I'm talking to a woman right now, but I was about to be like, hey, you ever tried gel? I got this like gel right now. Like it's supposed to feel like gel, not like paste. And when you go to put it on, you ever feel like men that are listening to the Chris Collins show where you fall asleep, with this kind of gel in your hair, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you literally look like you stuck a fork in a plug outlet. Like
that's called cum, Chris. So when they come in your hair, that's what happens.
Is that the song for me?
That's the song for you. Don't put cum in my hair.
Yes, don't put cum in my hair. Written by Chris Collins.
Sang by Amanda Cooksey.
That actually sounds like a Blink-182 song,
I love it.
The blank. I'm giving you guys idea before your world tour. But hey, listeners, let's stop the nonsense. Let's have some fun a little bit. After all, we are here to promote my Off the Fret Music podcast, More Music Talk, with Nashville country star Amanda Cooksey. And we're going to go ahead and play her music video, What's His Name, live on the Chris College Show, Millennial Talk Show.
We don't say that word around here no more. We don't say that word around here no more. Jet black, deep hair, white Adidas. Walked in and he's spinning like tequila. Damn, who's that? I had to ask, 'cause I'm too curious for my own good. Everything about him told me that I should turn and read, not fall in love. But I jumped in head first. Should've used my head first. Should've never wondered. What's his name? I had to know it. What a shame. He had a blow. Now we don't say that word around here no more. We don't say that word around here no more. 'Cause what's his name? He put me through it. And now I wish I never even knew it. No, we don't say that word around here no more. I was so much better before. What's his name? Got a laundry list of shit we call him. Saved in my phone as don't you dare call him. When you're drunk, he's still not the one. It don't roll off my lips like the way you once did. I swear I don't miss. What's his name? I had to know it. What a shame. He had a blow. Now we don't say that word around here no more. We don't say that word around here no more. 'Cause what's his name? He put me through it. And now I wish I never even knew it. No, we don't say that word around here no more. I was so much better before. What's his name? I blocked it out of my memory. I could try spelling it out. I think it went something like D-I-C.
Okay, I guess I did forget about.
What's his name? I had to know it. What a shame. He had a blow. Now we don't say that word around here no more. We don't say that word around here no more. 'Cause what's his name? He put me through it. And now I wish I never even knew it. No, we don't say that word around here no more. I was so much better before. What's his name?
That's what's good. That is Amanda Cooksey, and that is her music video, What's His Name? And you can find that on her debut album, Him. And also, make sure that you like and subscribe so you never miss a live show. And if you're on YouTube, hit that notification bell. You'll always get alerted of all the kick-ass micro content that you miss when you don't tune in to our live show. But since we got a couple minutes here left on Strike a Chord, I figured we might as well talk about this, Marissa, because I know our good friends in Authority Zero, we've had Chris Daly on a few times now on the show. They are currently on tour with Unwritten Law. Well, it sounds like the tour, I don't know what's going to happen, because I know yesterday I saw on their social media that they had to do a last-minute cancellation for their Fort Lauderdale show, and there wasn't really an explanation other than Unwritten Law wouldn't be able to attend the event, so they had to cancel it. Well, we actually have an update this morning. The vocalist for Unwritten Law, Scott Russo, was arrested by the Tampa Bay Tampa Police Department on a warrant. But could you imagine what the warrant's for, though, Marissa?
No.
Violation of probation, possession of marijuana. How sad. How sad. He's got a bail for $50,000. They were supposed to be playing.
That has
But they're the ones that are literally about to be selling marijuana at gas stations.
I think their laws were pretty strict.
I wonder how much he was carrying on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't know what it's like. You carry more than an ounce. You know, hopefully it's not like half a pound or something. Because I know the one band that did this back. There was another punk band. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking out. Rotting Out back in the day got in a lot of trouble doing this back in the Northwest region of the nation when they went on tour with possession of marijuana. It's no joke. You know,
gotta be careful crossing those state lines. Not every
gotta
state
be
is
very,
as
very
cool
careful.
as they should be.
So hopefully, because I love the boys in Authority Zero, hopefully their tour does continue to move on, without Unwritten Law. And maybe it might be kind of cool to see Jason DeVore jump up on stage and sing some songs with Unwritten Law. But for everybody, just one last reminder, you can check out Off the Fret, more music talk, featuring Amanda Cooksey, Poe the Passenger, Anson, Animal Sun, Royals, Cannibal Kids, The Phoenix Within, and The Blowies on our YouTube channel or wherever you listen to podcasts. And for everyone that's tuning in, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a live show. And stick around as we got more left on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. Everybody likes a feel-good story, and that is what we do here at the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. So the Phoenix Suns shooting guard, Devin Booker, always comes through for his fans. And when Michael Rubin, the CEO of Fanatics, visited a card shop here in Los Angeles, he came across a young girl who was looking through a few of Devin Booker's trading cards. And check out what happened next.
All different book cards you got here?
Yes.
Wow. He's probably still sleeping. They beat us yesterday, too. Listen, I'm in a card shop right now. I just asked this girl what she's looking for. What did you say you're looking for? She said she's a Devin Booker collector. Oh, my God. She's going through all of your cards right here.
I can't believe
What you did last... How big of a D-Book fan are you?
I'm really big fan. I go to all the Clipper games in LA because I watch all the Suns Clipper games in LA twice a year to see you play.
But he's a bad person because he beat my Sixers last night. I'm buying all the cards. I'm burning them because I'm so unhappy with you.
Thank you so much.
So he just texted me and said, "What's your address?" and send you a signed jersey.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, my favorite NBA player ever. I've been collecting him for so long, so that was awesome.
Hey, kudos to you, Devin Booker. That is so freaking badass. And, when you got that expensive lifestyle, I think it's always important that you can give back every once in a blue moon.
Remember, it's the fans that help put you where you are.
Yeah, and I mean, for people who are not sports fans, how could you not love Devin Booker when you see this? But one final note that I'll have on this, though, is, Marissa, is when the young girl did say, I go to all your games here in Los Angeles. I go to the Clippers versus Sun games. You know why she's got to go to Clipper games? Because it's too damn expensive to go and see the Lakers. Why? Why? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, come on. We can't even take a family of four to the ballpark anymore. I know this is supposed to be what's good, but why? I want to go see a Laker game. That's why I'm saying this. But hey, we want to thank everybody that tuned in live for the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show, as we had CCS sports contributor Kevin Drake with us talking all things sports. So shout out to that young man. And also, again, I'm going to keep grinding it into your skull, your noggin. Check out my Off the Fret, More Music Talk podcast, featuring Nashville country star Amanda Cooksey, out now on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, every Tuesday, you can join my co-host, Henrik the Wreck, and I on Rage Quit, video game talk show discussing viral meltdowns, gaming news, industry talk, and so much more. And for everybody that's tuning in right now, make sure you go to thechriscollinsshow.com and become a member today to get that free CCS t-shirt. But for now, enjoy the weekend, fam, and we will see you next week. Peace. What's good? It's Chris from the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show, featuring Nashville singer-songwriter Amanda Cooksey, known for her breakup songs, crop tops, and TikTok covers, is a refreshing new voice in country music. Joins Off the Fret. More music talk. What's good, party people? Chris Collins Show presents Music Storm 2022, hosted by Chris Collins and Marissa Pitts, featuring Royals. There's got to be a better way. Hurricane Highway, Cannibal Kids, Amanda Cooksey, Astoria State, Kid Dad, Resounding, Sleep Cycles, Avenues, Freckles, Weather Worn, Just True, Sophia Marie, Music Storm 2022. Available wherever you listen to podcasts. Our brand new podcast, Off the Fret.
I love it. It's more time to chat. Hello.
You would look so jazzy. I love your outfit.
How far would you go to start playing live music again? This slaps harder than my ex when she got her stimulus check. So, are you here to bring the sexual healing with your music? Everything is everything, and I guarantee you're going to hear this song in the future. I love the flow, man. Politically charged album. So if you get easily offended, this might not be the album for you. Brand new podcast, Off the Fret.
So excited.
Has Kim Kardashian accidentally sent you a coochie shot?
Do you want to stay there? It's completely your choice. Or you want to...
I feel you. And you know what? I love it. Off the Fret. More music talk. Peace.